After a messy breakup, having your friends and family bring up your ex is irritating enough. Now, imagine if your divorce was the front page of every media outlet for years after the split even took place. Letting the public into your intimate details may seem like a good career move. It may even seem fun to share your business with millions of fans. That just means you won't be the only one that's sad or happy about the breakup. Today, we're gonna be counting down the top 10 insane celebrity divorces that shook the internet. Coming in at number 10 is Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. The face of Hollywood couples for their 12-year marriage began in quite a scandalous way. The couple met on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith while they were both married, which was followed by suspected cheating. This was the beginning of what Hollywood viewed as one of the most solid, stable marriages despite frequent tabloid stories of issues in the relationship. These rumors turned out to have more truth to them than we thought when they announced plans to divorce in September 2016. It quickly came to the surface how Brad had treated Angelina during the span of their marriage. Accusations against Pitt said that he had gotten physically violent with one of their children on a private jet, which led to Pitt being subjected to supervised visitation and court-ordered counseling. Pitt admitted shortly after that his heavy drinking and prolific substance use were also contributing factors to the divorce. Man, Brad doesn't seem like a very good guy. At number 9, we have Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. Amber and Johnny met on the set of The Rum Diary in 2011 and began dating shortly after in 2014 after Depp separated from longtime girlfriend Vanessa Paradis. They became engaged that same year and were married in the Bahamas in 2015. It's never great to rush into a marriage, and the fact that Depp v. Heard has been one of the most talked about divorce scandals in the past year proves that you should get to know each other a little before signing the papers. It was so much of a scandal, in fact, that the case barely touched on their divorce at all, but instead the abuse Heard had faced while in the marriage. After allegations of his heavy drinking, drug use, violence, and domestic abuse, Heard decided to divorce as well as press charges. Many of Depp's friends came to his defense, saying that she had fabricated those claims in order to squeeze as much cash as she could from their brief union, but famous friends prove inadequate protection in the face of such egregious claims. In the end, Depp agreed to pay her the $7 million she asked for in 2017, a portion of which he pledged to donate to charities supporting victims of domestic violence, which is very noble of her. Coming in at number 8 is Mel B and Stephen Belafonte. Mel B, also known as Scary Spice, filed for divorce from her husband Stephen Belafonte in 2017. Mel claimed that Stephen had been physically and verbally abusive throughout their decade-long marriage. She also alleged that he had gotten their nanny pregnant, then forcing her to have an abortion. Belafonte denied those charges, dropping his own opposition. He alleged that Mel participated in her own rendezvous with the aforementioned nanny. And after hearing this claim, Mel said he had forced her to participate, but each has since denied the other's claims. 2 months after the divorce, Belafonte said he was broke and homeless, which resulted in his request for full spousal support, as if his lack of monetary responsibility was her fault. Nevertheless, a judge ordered Mel to pay him $40,000 per month, even as she filed a restraining order against him. I think he probably could have gotten by with $20K, but who am I to say? At number 7 is Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon. Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon were once an it couple in Hollywood. Cannon starred in Carey's Bye Bye music video, and the rest is history. The two began dating in 2008, getting married 2 months later and welcoming twins in 2011. Mariah said she and Cannon were soulmates and that she had never felt a love like this was in the cards for her. After 6 years of marriage, rumors circulated that Carey and Cannon were having marital issues. Apparently their relationship had been bad for a while, with Carey staying with the kids at her and Cannon's New York apartment and Cannon staying in hotels. Worrying that professional concerns could cause a rift in the relationship and fearing that it could get ugly, their relationship eventually dissolved, they grew apart, and ended up divorcing in 2014. Cannon has opened up saying that he will probably never get married again, but the ex-couple still co-parent amicably, wanting the best for their twins. Cannon went on to have 10 more children by other women, so it sounds like he really can't get enough of being a dad. At number 6 is the reality TV giants Caitlyn and Kris Jenner. The couple filed for divorce after 25 years of marriage in the thick of Caitlyn's transition. The breakup seemed amicable initially, both sharing support and respect for the other's endeavors. This was only until Caitlyn's memoir, Secrets of My Life, was published. Kris had an issue with the memoir because of the disagreement on who knew what about Caitlyn's gender identity and eventual transition. Kris said she had no idea, whereas Caitlyn said Kris knew everything and what was going on. While the memoir keeps most things in a positive light, the majority of its overtly negative parts directed specifically at Kris, blaming her for estranged relationships and not having access to her finances from keeping up with the Kardashians. Now, writing a book about every way your ex wronged you isn't necessarily the greatest way to stay amicable, but it sure is a great way to rake in the cash. Caitlyn's now living her own life as a TV commentator for Fox News and seems to be in good standing with most of her kids. At number 5 is Charlie Sheen and Denise Richards. Charlie Sheen is one of Hollywood's most scandalous figures, so it makes sense why his divorce followed suit. Sheen's marriage to Denise Richards ended in 2006 with an unending stream of allegations. Claims from Richards included violence, drugs, cheating, and threats, amongst others. Charlie responded to the charges by referring to Richards as a washed-up piglet shame pile, which didn't make the public take his side any more than they already were. Richard and Sheen have appeared quite friendly since the split, but other times it's been quite the contrary. In November 2016, Richards filed a lawsuit against Sheen for more than $1 million after claims that he had evicted them from the home he purchased for her and their children. To add insult to injury, court documents accused Sheen of calling their daughter Lola a slew of insults and threatening both her and Richards. Maybe Charlie Sheen isn't a very good guy. Coming in at number 4 is Hulk and Linda Hogan. It seems that 25 years may be a breaking point for couples, as this is the second marriage that came to an end after their 25th anniversary. Although this split may have more to do with Hulk's actions than the couple's time spent together. After what started as a long-distance relationship, led to 2 children and successful careers, ended in divorce that Hulk wasn't even made aware of until a St. Petersburg Times reporter broke the news. I can't imagine a worse way of finding out that you're going to be newly single. Linda claimed that Hulk had an affair with their daughter's close friend. He denied the claims, but Linda's publicist Gary Smith claimed, "Almost every statement that comes out of Hulk's mouth is a diversionary tactic to deflect attention away from the real reason Linda filed for divorce. 2 words, Hulk's cheating." Hulk also faced allegations of being a habitual substance user, as well as subjecting Linda to verbal and physical abuse. While Hulk denied these claims, a divorce settlement reportedly gave Linda a 40% share for ex's companies and 70% of all liquid assets. The exes are openly not on great terms. After a 2016 open letter, Linda wrote, "You have single-handedly ruined our 25-year marriage and our family," which is nothing but the truth, honestly. At number 3 is Kelsey and Camile Grammer. Some say that the third time's a charm, but not in Frasier actor Kelsey Grammer's case. His third wife, who he has 3 children with, Camille Donatacci, filed for divorce in 2010, alleging that he verbally and physically abused her. Grammer's response to this was confusing, as he did not deny the claims, but instead said that his ex thought she was marrying Frasier Crane, being that she was less interested in maintaining the marriage than in increasing her own fame, which isn't a great excuse for abuse. After his third divorce, Kelsey went on to marry a flight attendant named Kate Walsh, who was 25 years younger than him. Camille had also accused Kelsey of cheating with Kate during their marriage, but Camille went on to become one of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and gain custody over their 3 children, and Kelsey is rebooting Frasier. Wonder who's gonna watch that, but happy for him though. Our runner-up is Steve and Mary Harvey. Steve Harvey, once revered as a comfort watch safeguard for some simply entertaining TV. The public's widespread perception of the comedians changed after Harvey's divorce from his second wife Mary was settled in 2005. The initial divorce wasn't much cause for concern unless you were Steve, as Mary received 3 of the couple's homes as well as $40,000 a month until 2009. But in 2013, Mary spent 30 days in jail after violating a confidentiality clause in their divorce agreement. Her stint in the slammer was followed up by a $60 million lawsuit in 2017 launched that accused Harvey of what she called soul murder, which she defined as a combination of torture, deprivation, and brainwashing. Harvey's attorneys responded by dismissing her suit as meritless, frivolous, and completely false, but every lie has an element of truth, so I wonder where she got it from. A number 1 spot goes to another Kardashian couple, one of the most infamous celebrity couples in recent decades, Kim and Kanye. 2 years after tying the knot in 2014, the couple began to feel tension in their relationship. West's compulsive and extreme Twitter rants, beginning feuds with celebrities such as Wiz Khalifa and Taylor Swift, had Kim beginning to question the longevity of their marriage. A source close to her said, "Kim is a very supportive wife, but she was not happy with her husband's behavior on social media. Things took a turn for the worst after West was hospitalized in 2016 for a psychiatric evaluation after acting erratically at his trainer's house. The breakdown only added to the strain of their marriage, which was amplified even more so during the 2016 election and West's own pursuit of presidency. This string of events exacerbated West's extremist beliefs and mental health issues. It wasn't until West's Twitter rant in which he claimed that Kris Jenner had tried to lock him up and that he was considering divorcing his wife, Kim then became vocal about Kanye's bipolar disorder, asking for empathy, compassion, and privacy, but it eventually came to a point where it was no longer feasible for Kim to continue a relationship with her husband. The pair's divorce was finalized in 2022, resulting in Kanye's mania hitting an all-time high, accusing her of cheating, spreading harmful rhetoric about vulnerable communities, and harassing Pete Davidson, who Kim dated for a period of time, which also caused some waves on social media. The couple seems to be amicable these days, at least enough so that they can both continue being a part of their children's lives, which is all that matters. And that is our top 10 insane celebrity divorces that shook the internet. Let us know what your favorite is, or if we missed any good ones in the comments below, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. We'll be right back.